What happens when an immovable object meets an unstoppable force? Well, find out right here, because we have the two best Viper players in all of Tier 1 Valorant. Nats and Suyget-You didn't hold back an inch in this classic EU matchup, and every round had fans on the edge of their seats. I'm talking ridiculous spray transfers, quadruple overtimes, and clutches that you couldn't recreate even if you tried. Games like these define professional Valorant, and this is one that you do not want to miss. Team Liquid have a bold strat for pistol round. Hey, I got an idea. What if we just swung them? Oh, do you want me to flash? No, that's what they want us to do. Trust me, just get ready to swing. When players want to make an aggressive play out of hookah or long, usually they'll use a flash. But dry swinging like this is such a bold play that they should take NAVI by surprise. Now while those three fight B short, Astra is spotting their long, and Chamber has a pretty interesting setup. His rendezvous is in spawn, his trademark spot shower, but if you look at his buy, he only has 2 headhunter shots and a shorty. Meaning he can peek short, rip a bullet or two, and duck back into lamps and get an easy one with a shorty. Usually this gun is only good for 1, but that's all Chamber needs to get out safely. Now NAVI are in a 1-2-2 setup. Neon and Sky are working short behind their Viper's Lurk wall, while their teammates hold for any pushes from the defense. On bind, attackers will normally spread out to gather information and contest the defense. Like, hey, Sky flashed long, it saw me. They think we're here, so let's go back to A. That makes sense, since the defense will probably drag over an extra defender with that bird going off. Or, hey, they double ran down long, go take map control quick. That makes sense because there's 2 players here, meaning there's most likely 1 max at each other lane. And on a map with no mid, spreading out in a default like this, or even thinner, most of the time is pretty common. But are NAVI expecting to get triple swung, dry, with frenzies?
And 2 bullets in his headhunter.
Yeah, 2 bullets left.
Zipan goes down, and they nade to try and get Angel too, but he escapes. After seeing 3 defenders swing out, Navi's short players hurry up their take. CNED stuns and pushes Yampy back into lamps. He gets closer to the entrance. Yampy tries to bait him with another shot, and he whips out the shorty.
It's Yampy. He's baiting it with the headhunter. Fired off one of his shots.
A is open for business. Team Liquid are sprinting through spawn, but CNED and Xiao are in interesting spots. Hey, are you guys coming? Yeah. Just stay put and buy us some time. We're on our way. They don't feel safe to peek out backside and potentially lose all this map control that they've gotten, and their teammates aren't close enough yet to execute with them. After pushing so hard at the start of the round, Suyget-You knows Team Liquid could be out. And with lamps, Angel feels like they could take showers as long as they have this position. So they have to wait. But Liquid are confused too. A's been pretty quiet. I mean, they hear the Trailblazer, but this doesn't sound or look like NAVI had taken the site. They've kind of cut noise. But little do they know, the attackers are waiting for Angel to clear showers and walk all the way through once the dog clears it for him from lamps. And now that he's finally here, they start their pinch. The discipline it took to be that patient until now is insane.
A ton of time here for Team Liquid. They've already got the entirety of their team towards the back of the side. If this is red, if they try and take a bit of a TV pivot, could be brutal for them. They just choose to take the timing anyway into the back of the site. Fights are taken.
Good starts into maps very often.
Util, it is all over the place. Nice little finish there.
Team Liquid only have a bunch of pistols, but they have a killer strat cooked up that might do some serious damage. What if we just dry swing short? I mean, hey, it worked last round. Their plan is similar to last. Fight on one side while their chamber is set up to get one and get out on the other. But NAVI are playing with fire. Their buy on their anti-eco in theory is really strong, but really risky. Essentially, 3 people buy rifles and 2 people keep their pistols. This allows 2 people max to go down so that the ghosts can pick up the vandals and keep moving forward. Then on round 3, which is your supposed bonus, the pistols have the credits to buy rifles and it won't take your economy. It's essentially a full buy. But on this round, you need to make sure your spacing and fundamentals are on point. If you let the defense grab one of these guns, things will spiral out of control quick. So NAVI have to be ready for anything, including a 4-person push. And it looks like they are in their passive default. The attackers open the round with a flash and snakebite to deter any aggressiveness. But Team Liquid don't care. This only told them that people are in this area, and they waited out and inch closer.
Get taken, safe, nade, rebounding, almost a hard read in terms of it. Flash over to the side here. Xiao is out in the open.
This is a nightmare for NAVI. The defender's short swing was timed perfectly with their utility, and one of their rifles are down. And now they have a tough decision to make. NAVI just saw 3 or 4 push down short. So do they take B quick? I mean, what if they run into Chamber's Pocket Guardian? Or do they double back and try to protect the rifle? I mean, but what if Liquid have it already? It's a tough call. So what's the move? Go make noise on B and then come back to me to bait the rifle or the flank. If they're still in this area, we'll be able to pinch them and keep going A. The call comes in and the attackers start shifting over to B. They spot nobody pushed up long. Neon and Raze stun and boom into hookah, and even tap Chamber's trademark. But they didn't break it? That's horrible. If this sensor doesn't get broken, the defense isn't going to move. Well, NAVI think they've created enough pressure on B and start heading back to Angel and get ready to peek down short. Their spacing has to be better than ever now that Nats has picked up their rifle.
But Nats taking that contact with the rifle. He was holding for the higher position, the higher swing. He wants to have another go of it, and of course, he is feeling!
Nats takes down both Vandals. This anti-eco strat isn't paying off. As a matter of fact, the last 2 Navis do pick up their rifles, but with such little time left and most of the defense already here, they have to save. But against another save? Nats won his team an incredible and early swing round, the first of many to come. After fumbling the anti-eco, Navi can still put together a decent buy. Xiao only gets a sheriff, but he's throwing flashes and dogging, so it's not the worst thing if he doesn't have a rifle. They're in a 3-1-1 default, heavily prioritizing long control. But Liquid are fighting for long as well in their 3-2 brawl and stall setup. Both teams are low on credits, making this a major swing round. This battle for long is big. Soulcast sends a flash down long as the round starts. It goes off, but he doesn't know who's down there. From across the map, Suyget-You launched a snakebite to prevent the jump spot, and Navi followed up with their Trailblazer. But Safe lobs his paint shells. He's not giving up this space that easy, and CNED responds with a stun. But Soulcast gets the first blood. Navi have won the battle for long, but at what cost? They've lost a lot of firepower in their Raze and have spent a lot of their own utility alongside her. Okay, I know this looks bad, but we have long. Hey Viper, you see anything short? Nope. Sky, has anyone pushed out of hookah? I don't think so. Okay, let's take hookah next and split B. The offense leaves CNED long, and the rest of Navi group up outside of hookah, where Yampy's been waiting patiently.
Walking right into the sight line. Can Yampy deliver shot?
He can't land the shot. TP's out, and Navi realizes that Chamber couldn't have gone far and starts spraying under window. They can't find him, but with hookah, the attackers get ready to take the site. Brim smokes go down. Mollies, Stim Beacon. Hey, are you gonna go? Yeah, man, relax. I'm just getting ready. Then go! But Navi aren't going? I mean, they aren't stalled by a molly or anything, but something has stopped them from coming out. And now Redgar's on his way too. Liquid have a solid read in the round, and Navi are trying to cut noise. But even if they did rotate back, Nat still has 2 snakebites, and I'm sure he has a bunch of fuel. They're headed B, and Liquid know it.
To get into sight.
Because again, it's just obvious. You made so much noise. Fast lane though. Oh, cuts up the side. And they are straight in there. All the way, it's those Navi fundamentals. The bread and butter of what still makes them a team.
How on earth did Navi pull that off? Astra, what's wrong? Ah, I see. So normally the issue with hookah is that jumping out is usually a nightmare. You're vulnerable and any side players can swing you while you're midair. But Astra's Nebula leaked out so bad that Navi had space to jump out safely and overrun the site. It's crazy how one single smoke can throw away an entire round. And Liquid crumbled so fast that Nats' cross-map molly didn't even land in time. I mean, both Redgar and Nats are finally here, and oh my god, Redgar almost takes on Angel through the wall, but it's a 3 versus 2. Navi are low, so this is certainly still winnable.
Still in the 3v2, there are chances for Nats to work magic again.
Certainly, but he's got so much to clear. Snakebite.
Player standing.
Not landing in the right spot, really to try and clear him out. That face though, tucked to the corner. Redgar, decent go of things, but that is Navi.
Astra's small mishap cost Team Liquid big time. They're now on an eco, and the only real chance they have into this round is Nats' Guardian. Their plan is to get theirs. Yampy is going to make a play in showers while his teammates 4-stack on the other half of the map, and hopefully things just work out. And Navi are expecting an aggressive play in their 2-1-2 default. Unless a miracle happens, this should be a layup for the attackers. Angel opens up the round with a Stim Beacon. Him and Xiao both swing showers ridiculously wide and take Yampy by surprise. In just 12 seconds, the defense just lost this entire half of the map. And after seeing these two stimmed up, it's not that crazy to assume an A hit is coming. So the entire team gives up their B stack and flip-flop sites. But hey, the offense doesn't need to rush anything yet. There's plenty of time, and the defense need to make the next move. They are the ones with poor weaponry, and in theory, the offense should roll the defense if they don't make a play soon. Now, Raze and Neon start their hookah take. If the boombot goes off, Neon stuns, Raze nades, this person cries. But there's no one there. Now the defense has decided to group up and retake shower.
Potential here, maybe donation of a rifle. No!
After getting those two, the offense knows that even if the last two players are here, that's okay. Let's just run them over. But Liquid's window to make a play is closing, so Safe steps up.
Expected him to be on a more standard angle there. The off angle just works perfectly.
Gets one, but then he gets traded out. The defense's main win condition has his back up against the wall in a 1 versus 4. Can he pull it off?
Yeah,
killed in response.
Traded here. Over the top though, Nats is there. What? There's no way!
What was that? It's somehow a 1 versus 2 now, and Nats has run off his Viper Spit to block vision of the spike. And he has his smokes for long and hookah still. I can't believe it, but after that literal 1 in a million shot, this is winnable. Both teams immediately start heading towards B, knowing it's the open site. Nats tries to delay with a snake bite, but Zipan and CNED respond with a stun and nade to buy time for a reposition. Now, they could be anywhere.
To push him out of that position. That's forwards. A lot to clear here. It really is an impossible scenario.
This would be a legendary 1v4 if he was able to pull it off.
He's got to force the fight. Tap of the spike will isolate one of them. Look at the positioning here. There's no swing really from it, and yet the angle's so wide, it was unexpected. Here's the pit. It's online. 1 kill earned. CNED. He shuts it down.
CNED stepped in before it was too late and sprayed right where the ult stemmed from. Whew. Now trust me, the rounds get even crazier than this. Last round, Navi switched up the tempo and hit B quick behind Neon's overdrive and her fast lane. So far, we've seen some good ideas out of Neon. She basically turns hookah into a death trap, and her wall makes coming out of it a ton safer since you can all jump out of this narrow lane without giving the defenders a good spot to peek into it from. Combine all this with her ult, you don't want to be a B player when this is online. So Team Liquid decided to play retake, and the round came down to this play right here.
That was the goal of Navi here. Liquid are fully grouped up. Here's the Trailblazer now on their side, seeking to try and claim some space, and with the showstopper, it will be made easy. No! It misses to the side. Zipan! An absolute...
The dog stunned them for Raze to finish them off with her showstopper. Does this ult need a buff?
No, 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 no! Are you serious right now, bro?
You tell me in the comments. Oh, and to make matters worse for Team Liquid, Suyget-You was holding flank for his team, recognized that his team was going to win, and started the longest flank in Valorant history to make sure Yampy couldn't save his op. But that brings us to this round, another Team Liquid save. It's crazy how one misplaced smoke and one bad ultimate can change the outcome of a game this hard. That's 2 extra ecos that Liquid had to play on. And this one has an almost identical buy to before. Safe has the Magical Guardian this time, alongside a few Sheriffs. And they're going to need another miracle play for a chance into this one. Or for Navi to run right into their gamble stack. I mean, surely that won't happen, right? Now Navi want to go quick again. Against Team Liquid's last eco, they played pretty slow. So this time, they want to take them off guard. Now Redgar kicks things off with a deep smoke for short. Pops it, but all 3 Navi members pile inside. They take their time, and all at once, they hit the defense with a kitchen sink. But Nats cuts them off with a snake bite. A Gravwell, and he's playing in front of his smokes.
Fast lane's used. Cause him to use that snake bite. The pull is really quite nice and damage enough.
Navi have made it through the choke point, but there's still 3 defenders back site.
What though? CNED all the way through into the site there. Safe.
Safe's gotten 2, and Angel tries to ult him out. He escapes with the satchels, but he still gets taken down. But Yampy gets the trade from Heaven. 1 versus 3, a disaster for Navi. Now Suyget-You swings the op and trades out Angel. Now he knows the last 2 defenders have to be here by now, so he hops in the teleporter and leaves with his aim trained on the exit in case someone follows. He jumps out of hookah, Molly spawn, and notice how he plants. By facing this way when planting, you're now planting more for elbow as well. Sure, the defenders have more room to defuse from, but you can actually see if someone's on the spike now. He's planted for hookah, long, elbow, and the subscribe button. But Team Liquid have 2 smokes. This can go either way. But not after both players teleport, they just gave away their position. So Suyget-You makes his way to spawn and is ready to swing off the drop.
Timing, the flash didn't Lock on, he hears the jump out. It fades away, forces it to a 1v1! And Suyget-You with the breakthrough!
Hey, so slamming A didn't work last round. Do you want to do it again? Navi's fast hit didn't look so convincing, but by doing it again, Team Liquid might not expect it. But they're headed straight into both of the defense's anchors, and a special play coming from Chamber. Navi start by flashing themselves on the short line, but Liquid flash shower. But wait, for Chamber? Chamber put on his Yoru cosplay and tried to peek with his rendezvous. The Sky Flash told them someone was long, and while Chamber can't really get out of the TP, he can still make an unexpected play relatively safe. Plus, they also had a smoke for him to get out if he needed it. But now Navi are spooked and give up their shower's take. Zipan knows that they need this space up short, so he rips his showstopper, and CNAD gets the first blood on Nats. Redguard then puts up his Cosmic Divide to trap the offense, but knowing that you can't hear past this wall, Navi all take the teleporter. But with all this noise on A this round, Safe has taken space on B. Are Navi going to expect him?
No, Yampi's still there, seeking to try and pivot. Break away here, Safe! He's holding down...
3 versus 3, and the attackers smoke spawn and lock out Sokas. But I don't know if he's getting a better chance to get on site. Suyget-You drops the spike to Angel, and he floods the entirety of spawn. Now, if Liquid want to push through this death bubble, it won't be easy. The longer they're in this thing, the lower their HP drops. And whenever you're Viper ulting in the post plant, you need to make sure it clogs up a lane that the defense are going to retake through. But Liquid are ready to give it a push. There's 2 stars to suck and stun close, and Sky whips a flash through spawn.
Almost impossible, but that flash is really good. It pushes them deeper into the pit, gets them onto the angles, has to be the push back in to re-clear! Suyget-You again! What is that adjustment? Stray bullet finding it, and Sokas last alive, not for much longer.
This man is disgusting. Sokas makes his way out of elbow and sprays, trying to find the trade, but Shao quiets him down. And the rounds only get more intense. Now, next round is when Team Liquid's comeback started. Navi wanted to go A, and we're running into a 3-stack. Angel got the first blood, but then Redguard managed to do this.
Again, classic play, Redguard. Plenty of moments here!
Nats also played in front of his own smoke and stuffed this execute. The round after that, Navi tried to run it up short and into 3 people again. But even if there was only 2, it doesn't really seem like they can get out of short. Every time they try, Nats is destroying them on their execute. Regardless, they didn't apply enough pressure on B, and the attackers ended up running into a 4-stack. Safe rolled them when they tried to go for the plant, and Redguard did this again. Then on the next round, guess what happened? Yep, Nats ruined them on short, and took down Navi's only Vandal in Suyget-You. Nats has single-handedly dragged Team Liquid back into this game behind his consistent anchor jobs in short. That brings us here, and if Navi don't want to blow this game, they need to find a good way to deal with Nats, and good luck with that. Liquid are set up in a 3-2, expecting that Navi are finally done losing on A, and Nats is committing his Viper Spit to cover the entirety of short. If you thought that he was hard to push before, have fun now. They've even given him a star to play with just in case the offense tries to flush it through. Now, Navi are spread out this round to gather information, hold for potential pushes, and use what they've gathered to come up with a plan. But if you look closely, their positions are thought out. For the past few rounds, Neon and Raze have started B, and they're perfect for clearing out hookah, but not so much long. Now, Navi think that Liquid have been holding onto long control for free, and this time they want to contest it with Sky and Brimstone, who are both way better at contesting long. They put Viper short to play with their wall, and Neon and Raze are now taking showers. But as soon as the round starts, Nats rips his ult, and Chamber is walking down long behind his Sky's flash.
Step yourself.
He's so deep. He's so open to this close corner.
Can you get out? Yeah, flash.
Chamber's TP was set up in Garden to allow him to push way deeper than usual. And with Sky flashing behind this wall, and her backing him up in case something went wrong, this setup was extremely strong. But Navi's adjustment has forced Chamber back. And with Viper's Pit being set up short, the double duelists feel confident that Showers is pretty weak, and take the space behind their Boombot. And now that they've applied pressure across the map, we see Navi start to come up with a plan. Let's run it up Showers. Forget about short. We'll surround the Viper, cut off her supply lines, any communication from the outside world, starve for civilians, and force her to surrender the city! Dude, what are you talking about? Navi recognize that Nats has been a problem all game, so they plan on surrounding him and forcing him to push into them. But to do that, first they need to come out of Showers. So Brimstone stays towards B to contest any Sky Flashes and prevent an A-stack from happening. Now Shao rips a flash of his own, pops his Seekers, and Nats is already feeling the pressure. Zippin and CNET wrap the entire site and clear it all out, but if they want short, they need to get lamps first.
It's been taken, they're squeezing Redguard into lamps, any util to set this up.
NAVI have lamps, but Yampy's teleported. These duels are going to determine the round.
Team Liquid being a player down.
It's all about backstabs, isn't it? On every single front. NAVI, they don't really have control or an idea of where these players could be. Yampy creeping onto the side to get to. Shuts that one down, Nats has fallen on top of it. And just like that, it's flipped.
Suyget-You took down the op, and Nats felt like he was getting pinched and tried to make a play. And then Suyget-You swings and takes down the Heaven player. These 2 kills secure the round, forces Soulcast to save, and NAVI takes the lead.
Match point.
This is do or die for Team Liquid. All game, rounds have been decided over the littlest of decisions. In Valorant, one wrong move can toss an entire round. And they're set up in their standard 3-2, fight one side, anchor the other setup. Now NAVI are in a 1-4 default. It's been working for them, and again, it's the perfect counter to Skye. When she throws out a flash for information, it's going to tag the 1, and she won't know if there's 1 or 4 people there. All they know is that there's attackers in this area, and it'll anchor down the defense and prevent them from stacking accurately. Now in this default, Navi's goal is to farm an orb for Raze, and hopefully Zipan can get his ult online and close out the game. The defense opens around with a flash to set their chamber up on long, and it tags Angel. The pressure is already made. And now the Showers player take their turn. Shao pops a flash, Zipan rips his Roombot, and they grab the orb. And NAVI now feel like they've overstayed their welcome. Hey, we've been at A for a while. You want to go B? Yeah, sure. The attackers head back to B, not wanting to run into a 3-stack, but not before smoking lamps and re-flashing Showers for added pressure. They don't want the defense to move from their positions. Now the offense have made their way over to B, and Liquid haven't seen anything in a while. They need information. So Soulcast dogs out of hookah and it leaps forward, only spotting Brimstone as his teammates are hiding. To the defense, it looks like the offense are still in their spread default, so the rotation isn't coming. But once the attackers get closer and start making contact, the play becomes more obvious.
Come over to B.
With the Trailblazer, no way. Where's the TP? Yampy? There's nothing to clear him into the corner here. Soulcast being wrapped around, he's granted 2. Yampy's still just trying to survive here. Util not clearing him out. Showstopper.
Chamber can't hold on any longer and risk losing the man advantage. But Raze got the entry on site and activated her Showstopper. And after hearing that rocket come his way, he was forced to teleport. But Safe might be able to stop the plant.
Time. No time. Almost denying it.
NAVI were ready for the smoke to fade. 3 versus 3. The rest of Team Liquid are finally here. But without elbow control and the spike being planted for it, this retake is going to be tough, even with 1 smoke left.
This should be it. Should be the finisher. Running through onto the site now, giving up control. Semblance of it, a tap onto it, not quite a tap, it's a full bloody stick. Nat half onto it with the smoke in his face, all the way through. That is ridiculous.
When the defense still has smokes online, playing off-site can be risky. When that nebula blooms, it's impossible to tell whether or not someone's sticking the defuse. And Nats had the confidence to do so. During your post-plant, you need to pick and choose your battles based on who's still alive and what utilities left. But this time, NAVI chose wrong. Overtime. We have a close game on our hands. Here, aggressive plays become that more risky, but lucky for NAVI, that's Angel's middle name. Okay guys, I'm gonna smoke long. Shao, I need you to flash through it. If people are there, let's walk up, flash again, and we fight. And CNED, after we take contact, you swing from hookah. They'll be looking at us, and you'll get so many free kills. Why doesn't Neon push through the smoke with me, and you swing hookah? Doesn't that seem safer? So we can still use your smokes throughout the round? Shut up. NAVI are making an aggressive play, but are Liquid ready for it? It's overtime. Who makes a play like this when there's so much at stake?
The side swap.
First round of it. Pop flash played it, but a fight. This is NAVI taking the battle right to them. A skirmish outside.
NAVI's play didn't work that well. It's a 3 versus 3, and even numbers always favor the attackers. CNED zooms out of hookah and repositions himself long to try and catch any more potential attackers off guard. But no one else is here, and NAVI are sending even more rotates over. They think it's B. In reality, Yampy has walked all the way up Showers, hasn't spotted anything, and Soulcast dogs out the site suspecting that the defenders have rotated, but just wants to make sure. NAVI now know that B isn't the play, but that Spike has just planted on A, and CNED is wrapping all the way through Cave instead of flanking the quicker way through Market. But, wait a second, how does Nats know? Hey, Chamber. Yeah? Where'd you put your trademark? It's, holding triple. Yeah, you might want to watch your flank.
Nats is aware.
Hyper aware.
Hyper aware. Doesn't win the fight.
Nats can't punish the flanker, and Socas feels like he's getting pinched. CNET and Suyget-You trap him between relay bolts and a poison orb and close out the round.
Granted and given. Socas is so uncomfortable, he's antsy. And they all topple, they all fall.
NAVI need one more round to close this game out and take home the series. Their plan is to start in a 3-2 default, but Sky is just flashing Suyget-You on the line and is rejoining her teammates towards B. Hopefully, they can create enough pressure on this side of the map to make A weaker and enable Suyget-You to get a Lurk off. And Team Liquid are still in their contest B, anchor A setup. Nats has done a superb job all game locking down short. So this Lurk might get snuffed out by the king of Lurks himself. Xiao opens around with his flash and starts to rotate back through cave. Now it's CNET and Zipan's turn to take hookah. CNET walks up uncontested with his duo playing anti-flash, but as he gets closer, CNET pre-fires into hookah, and Safe is trying to punish.
Looking to try and take hookah control here, Safe with a headshot through the wall early on.
Safe's out of there taking major damage, but he gets healed immediately. But now that NAVI have hookah, it's time to start their long take. Xiao dogs down lane, but it gets put down, and Suyget-You is trying to find a Lurk timing somewhere in short. But whenever his smokes go up, Liquid counter with their own, and when he puts his down, so does Nats. Suyget-You can't just walk through his smokes, that's a death sentence. But now Redgar has a smoke up, so he waits that one out next. He puts up his Lurk smokes, but Nats denies him again. But Team Liquid were just buying time for Yampi's rendezvous to recharge and get them information.
They're pushing it. Any util to clear this? No, not at all.
Liquid get the first blood, but NAVI can't just wait out these smokes forever. Suyget-You walks up, spots Nats, they exchange a few shots, and he smokes him off. Now Nats doesn't have all the fuel in the world. He has to wall B now because NAVI are looking for a play with such little time left, but they get punished.
Battle of the Lurkers as well. Nats versus Suyget-You taking place on the other side of things. This is Team Liquid's chance.
Now Suyget-You starts peeking deeper into sight, trying to dissect the site further with the pressure his teammates are making towards B. Redgar checks short for Nats since he's smoked now, but he gets punished. Now Nats used his time to reposition after just showing himself in lamps. He understands that he's useless smoked off in there, and wants to trade his fellow site anchors.
Suyget-You doing work on the other side of the map.
He's put down Redgar, but he doesn't anticipate Nats yet. So
Nats popped his smoke to isolate the Lurk from short and has outsmarted him. Because Suyget-You dueled Redgar and never pushed lamps, Nats was ready to swing, knowing that he had to be in this area. The Battle of the Vipers has been intense all game, each of them being the deciding factor for their teams round after round. But the round's not over yet. After not finding anything in hookah, Zipan left, hoping that Suyget-You could hold down the site, and Xiao still stayed long to try and find a kill before leaving. They're going to try and end A, but they don't have a lot of time. But Nats has repositioned again, but towards showers. Zipan doesn't know that. Suyget-You said he was back site, but by now, he could be anywhere. But Nats is getting teleported on. He has to make a decision. Is he stopping the plant or dealing with Xiao?
Short now, but there's no time. Zipan doesn't have health. Nats, he spotted his information. He's going to be noted here. Zipan lands that shot, but he has to stick this.
Nats understood that Zipan wouldn't have the time to plant if he swung Shower to clear him out. He stayed alive just long enough and has tied the game again. Nats refuses to let his team lose this game. Him and Suyget-You both keep making big play after big play, and those of you who think that you can't carry unless you're on a duelist are crazy. It's harder, but definitely possible. Liquid have invested an op into this round and have changed their setup. Chamber is playing on a passive angle in Showers to make it seem like Astra's still here, and Showers is free. But in reality, Astra is starting B instead in a 3-stack, while Nats is still anchoring short. I mean, why would you pull the king out of his natural habitat? NAVI's plan is to spread out, contest some sky flashes to give the defense false information, and manipulate rotates. But still take Showers with these two. Angel opens up his Showers take with a mushroom, and he swings quick with his Sky. No one's here. Brimstone and Sky move up Showers, and know that if this line is clear, it's still very possible someone's posted up at the entrance. So Angel's clearing this the way he knows best.
Holding. It comes down to this. Missing it. Just barely.
I don't know how.
Angel hugged the wall and flew by like a race car. Yampi couldn't hit the shot and has to back off. Now NAVI have Showers, and orb towards their orbital strike, and talk about perfect timing. Liquid have just flashed long, and have tagged Neon. If NAVI want to hit, this is their timing. They just showed players across the map, meaning the defense is anchored. They don't have solid information to rotate off of. So with showers, Angel calls his teammates back and are grouping up short. They're going to split A. And there's only 2 defenders here. Nats' anchor abilities are getting put to the test again.
2 players on A. They can finally hit the weak side of Team Liquid.
The pull's late. Zepan's already into the back of the site here. It's up to this gun duel that's about to be taken. Nats! Patience is played by him. Still lands last shot there. Snake bite to the back. Yampy repositioning now. Rendezvous. All the way back to safety now, and time is running so damn short. That's a lovely. The crossfire.
He's done it. After realizing no one was following Race through lamps, Nats came out the back to form a crossfire with Yampy. He goes down, but these two have bought just enough time for the rotates to come in and stop Suyget-You before he gets started. Both players have been going blow for blow every round. Naz and Suyget-You making big play after big play, the 2 best Viper players in the world. But the game ended with their teammates stepping up. Like Xiao. He did an awesome job ratting around B-site the next round and got a couple kills. And speaking of, despite Skye getting nerfed, I think she's still the best initiator in the game. After watching this video here, I mean, how could you argue with me?